We need to talk about the Ariana Grande rabid fan at the Singapore premiere. So, I have thoughts, as I'm sure many of you do, and I'm sure they're not revolutionary thoughts, but I do want to discuss it because I think that this parasocial relationship thing is a semi-new phenomenon. Well, actually, no, it's not, because we used to look up to the royals. So the royals and the elite would be the trendsetters. But I think that was the thing, is there was a level of distance. You didn't know everything about their lives. I'm sure some people did. So maybe I'm talking myself out of this point, actually. Maybe parasocial relationships have always existed, but in the same way that we're starting to understand other mental illness, maybe we should start to understand this as a mental illness. Because that's what it is, guys. It's mental illness. Feeling entitled to someone's space and time when they have given no indication that they are open to yours. Because there is a difference, right, between fan interactions that are initiated. It's the same as consent. In every relationship, you need to obey consent laws, right? Not like written laws, but you know what I mean. Everything needs consent. Even when you're a kid, right? So I used to go up to people, very simple child, used to go up to people, will you be my friend? It wasn't, you're my friend now. It's polite, right? Got to ask the question, will you marry me? Will you be my boyfriend? Will you be my girlfriend? Will you be my forever partner, baby? Right? You have to ask, can I hug you? Of course you can. And I did have a taste of this myself, right? Working in the theme parks, you do get fans. And that's not me being like, I'm a celebrity. But like, it's part of the job, is that you're going to have regular people that come in and they want to see you. And they want to know everything about you. Not all of them. This is the divide. There are normal fans. There are people that are appreciative of your talent or your personality or the time and effort that you have given to a product, to them even, to an interaction that you had. Oh, I was feeling low the other day. We had a conversation and it really boosted me. It's the same as a friendship, right? I really appreciated that. That's then a relationship. Do you know what I mean? And it is a consent without words, because you're giving them space. It's such a fine line. It's such a fine line, guys, because it is so easy to go into that rabid fan. We all grow up with obsessions, right? Whether it's boy bands, whether it's dinosaurs, whether it's trains, I don't know. I'm just listing like autistic special interests. But everyone has things they're interested in, right? And for some people that is people, especially if they've come at a particular point in your life. It's the same as a friendship where you go, you really saved me from this dark place. I want to thank you. But the way to thank you is not to run up to you and grab you without your consent. Consent can be as simple as, can I hug you? Yes, of course. That's consent. If someone is running up, like if you're running up to someone and they go, that's not consent. And for someone to not see that, that is mental illness. And I think we need to start treating it as such. Now, I'm not going to be one of these people that's like, well, they should have upped the security, because every production or event is going to have different security staff. Then, I know this is one guy that we're using as the example here, but predicting out of a crowd of thousands who's going to jump out is impossible. So I'm never going to be like, well, security should have called it. No, I get it. That's like when you're walking with a kid and the kid pulls out into the road. Kids are just weird. They just go, blah. It can't always, hopefully not hit by a car, but you can't always predict things, okay? So I think it's unfair to blame the security guards, but I do think that we need a deeper investigation into how to deal with parasocial relationships, because they need therapy, guys. They need to know that they are a parasite. They're a parasite on these people's lives. I have never wanted fame. I will be in the arts until the day I die. I don't crave fame because it is scary. I don't want people knowing about my life. I don't want them coming up and telling me things that I have not told them about myself. That's weird, right? And it makes you feel vulnerable, and it's like when people get like tarot readings, or when someone like looks you up and down and goes, I know everything about you. You do this, you do that. Like, you feel exposed and you feel vulnerable. It's not a nice feeling. So I don't know what my suggestion would be other than we need to find out who these people are and we need to get them therapy. Especially repeat offenders like this guy. The one thing I will say is he does have a very distinct look with I'm not sure, the video is not very clear. He's got like blue in his hair. I don't know, maybe look out for that. But again, you can't expect people to recognize a guy. And also, you can't process a threat until it becomes a threat, you know? Someone riding down the side of the road, as I learned in my theory test, is a potential threat, but they're not a threat until they enter the road. Yeah, I failed my theory test first time, guys. I was too skeptical. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna pull out, and that's on pattern recognition. So my advice from my first theory test, I came out and the woman was like, you were pressing too early. Next time, come in, see the threat, count 3 seconds, press the button. And I was like, okay, did it, passed, like near full marks if I'm remembering right. And we need to process the threat, guys. We need to process by putting them in therapy. Yeah.